Okay, I hope you can hear me here. If you can hear me, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports in association with Round for Round Boxing, the new boxing game coming out on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4. Good evening to everybody watching in the room. We're having some technical difficulties with YouTube, who are just being complete bums tonight. So we're just having to deal with YouTube and its various issues, cutting in and cutting out. I hope you can hear me clearly. I can't even see my own screen at the moment, so you're going to have to bear with me as I start. So in a minute, I'll be able to get the chat up. As soon as I get the chat up, we will be able to get talking. But amongst yourselves, first of all, before I go into the main event, congratulations to Charlie Edwards, the new WBC champion of the world. I thought he was going to get his ass whooped tonight, but Charlie Edwards come out and did the business tonight. So I'd love to take my hat off to Charlie Edwards, but I can't because I don't have a hat. But I will just say, Charlie Edwards, congratulations, son. You did a marvelous job tonight. You boxed well. I really thought that guy was going to take you out tonight. I thought it was going to be one of them fights where, Hearn brings a fighter over just to get his guy a world title shot to honor the contract. But my word, he came out and he did the business. And all I can say is, once again, congratulations to Charlie Edwards. Did a fantastic job in becoming champion of the world. So congratulations again to the Edwards family. Again, I didn't even bother commenting on the fight. I thought that he was going to get blown out, but he didn't. So, that was the first upset for me of the night. And it's good. It's good to see a guy go through the British ranking and then, go on to the world scene and do what he's done. That's a feat. I mean, the guy was making his second defense of the world title. I don't know how good the guy actually was, but to have the WBC belt and you win the WBC belt, regardless of what anybody thinks of you now in the future, go say I was a former WBC champion of the world. So, good evening to everybody around the world. Let's get straight into this talk about Dillian Whyte versus Dereck Chisora 2. Hashman Boxing. British True Box fan says, Chisora had 8 losses. It's a weak win. Well, you see, I'm disappointed you said that, British True Box fan. I'm sure you're one of the guys that wanted to see the fight happen. And I was one of the guys that said I didn't want to see Dillian Whyte versus Dereck Chisora, because I told you, if you go back and listen to my video that said Dereck Chisora, Dillian Whyte, this is a fight going nowhere, because the winner will not get to fight Anthony Joshua, and the loser, well, won't get to fight Anthony Joshua. So it was a fight going nowhere. I said it before this fight. Remember, this fight is a fight to nowhere. My sound will be back now. My sound back? Yeah, it's back. I spoke to the assistant trainer and I asked him some questions. Yep, sound's back. Yes. So I spoke to the assistant trainer, Xavier Miller, of Dereck Chisora with Don Charles, and I asked him a few questions. And one of the questions I asked him was, all this training, I know Dereck Chisora's training regimes, are we going to see a different Dereck Chisora? Oh, no, from what I've seen him, he's been in great shape. And that's all the things they meant to say. And of course, the minute David Haye went on board and he started saying, I was in the gym and I saw Dereck, I knew he was in better shape. And, you're going to see magic. I saw the minute I saw David say that, I thought, you know what? I'm not buying any of that. For me, for you to have made significant changes in your career, you need to show me that. You don't just get a promoter on board, which is David Haye, and then say, and then you type yourself War Chisora, and then suddenly everything's hunky-dory. Well, it doesn't work like that in boxing. It never does work in boxing. A leopard generally doesn't change his spots. And Dereck Chisora has always been inconsistent in his career. Dereck Chisora has always been trundle forward, throw big shots, take big shots, and if he's stronger than you and he's tougher than you, he gets you out of there. And if you can box better, then you can outbox Dereck, because he is pretty much one-dimensional in his style. Dereck, he fights in bursts. So those are the things I knew of Dereck. And then, of course, the Takam fight. The Takam fight where he was, in my mind, he was losing before he landed the big punch to get him out of trouble against Takam. His team would tell me otherwise and tell me that it was strategy not to punch with Takam, but to pick the moments. It worked. It knocked Takam out. Fair enough. But then you look at Dillian Whyte. Time and time again, since he's been beat by Joshua, he stepped up his levels, stepped up his professionalism. And I said, coming into this fight, you're going to see a more professional, more mature, stronger, better Dillian Whyte. And for those of you who felt that Dereck Chisora was dominating that fight, think again. Go back and look at the fight. A lot of the fight shots, they were getting caught on the shoulder, he was catching the shots nicely, catch and shoot. He was rocking back when Dereck was coming forward and shooting the right hand over the top. Those were things that I saw tonight from Dillian Whyte. That was nice. Little short uppercuts in close. The check left hook. So he's becoming a little spot to Dillian. He is becoming better, refined boxer puncher. However, there's still the thing where he tends to go off balance when he throws shots. And sometimes when he throws his shots, Dillian, he looks ungainly, and his shots look that leave himself vulnerable as well. But again, these are things that Dillian Whyte needs to work on. So I didn't buy all the hype about War Chisora. I didn't know how much Dereck Chisora had left coming into the fight. Yes, he looked in great condition from the outside, but internally, what was going on with Dereck? What was going on internally with him? How much miles was there in the clock? How much of that beating was taken out when Takam put a beating on him? How much was taken out of Dereck Chisora? Plus the hard sparring sessions. I've seen Dereck spar before. I've seen him up close sparring, and he takes a hell of a lot of punishment when he's sparring as well, because he sits on the ropes, absorbs punishment, and then comes flying off the ropes. Whether that's because he lacks stamina and he hasn't trained, his fitness isn't there, like to throw punch for 3 minutes of every round, as opposed to throwing for 1.5 minutes. Chris Eubank being a perfect example of that. I don't know. But from the very first round, I could see when Chisora was coming forward, Dillian was cracking him with a straight right hand, stepping back, cracking the right hand. Dereck Chisora was coming forward and doing the right thing, which is working Dillian's body. He's working Dillian's body. But again, when he was working Dillian's body, look at the amount of punches that Dereck Chisora was missing with. And then when you look at the amount of punches Dereck was missing with, also take into consideration, when you miss with those punches, and he was loading up with big shots, and you were hitting thin air, when you do that, you take a lot of energy out yourself. So it's kind of counterproductive, because what you're doing is you're working the body of somebody and you're trying to sap their energy, and then you're undoing that work by missing with huge shots. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. And I'm not in his corner. I don't know what was said in his corner, but I would have reined it in. I said, Dereck, listen, you're missing with a lot of big shots here. You're missing with a lot of big shots, and you're loading up a lot. Now, if those of you who are listening to me in commentary, you would have heard me saying Dereck looks tired, and he's starting to look like he did against David Haye. Dereck's mental state, I think, went when the referee started telling him about points being deducted. He thought the whole world was against him, probably an Eddie Hearn referee, Eddie Hearn judges. So he already needed to knock Dillian Whyte out. He knew coming into the fight, he needed to knock Dillian Whyte out. That was his mindset. So for me, when I was watching this stuff, I was watching how Dereck was moving away, Dillian was moving. Dillian was very cool under pressure. Yeah, he was tired because it was a hectic pace. But he was tucking up nicely, using the jab, tying Dereck up, using a lot of old pro tricks. I don't know. I'd like to know Mark Tibbs if he's really done an excellent job with Dillian, getting the real best out of Dillian, getting him leaning on Dereck. That tires you out as well. Dereck was tying himself out. His objective was to tie Dillian out. He tied himself up by missing big, huge punches. Big, really loading up. And then the point deduction. And the referee warned you about punching low by trying to go to the body. So you're punching low, referee pulls him up about it, pulls him up about using the elbow. It's all dirty tricks using the elbow, trying to get inside. Dereck starts getting frustrated. His form starts to lose. He's tired. And again, if you look at the David Haye fight, how did he get knocked out? He was getting frustrated. He was missing with big shots with David. And then left himself open. And again, Dillian Whyte, when he's on the defense, when you've got Dillian and you're loaded on Dillian Whyte, you've got to watch about your own defense. Dillian Whyte, to me, has got one of the best, if not best, left hook in the heavyweight division at the moment. If Dillian Whyte's got the best right hand in the heavyweight division, if Deontay Wilder's got the best right hand in the heavyweight division, then Dillian Whyte's got the best left hook in the heavyweight division. You look at the guy, knocked out Dereck Chisora. He dropped Joseph Parker, something Joshua couldn't do. Knocked out Lucas Brown brutally with a left hook. So he's got one of the best left hooks in world boxing. And Dillian saw the looping overhand right that Dereck was throwing. So either lean back from it, lean back and get his chin out the way of it, slip inside, tie up, lean, turn Dereck, use the jab, frustrate Dereck, and then bide your time and wait like an old pro. And then as Dereck got tired, left himself exposed, bang, the left hook. Lights out. My personal opinion, as Dereck hit the deck, I said, thank you very much. You need to retire. When you start getting knocked out like that, it's time for you to retire. It's all, for me, it's all downhill from here. You get knocked out like that. It's not like he got knocked out like in the first couple of rounds, he got nailed with a shot, and he got knocked out after giving his all and got knocked out at that point. Me, I don't want to see Dereck Chisora fight again, because what's he to prove? What is he going to do? He's only now going to go and get knocked out quicker for me now. I don't think Dereck Chisora should have fought Dillian Whyte. I think he should have gone on and gone for that WBA title shot. Even if you hang around with it, he should have gone and fought Manuel Shaw for the WBA title shot. Again, don't know why. Going for the money. So he'll never be, for me, I don't think Dereck Chisora will ever be a world champion. As for Dillian Whyte, I don't believe Dillian Whyte fights Joshua next. I believe some garbage will come up that Dillian Whyte will either have to face Povetkin or face, what's his name? Dominic Brazil, Povetkin, or Luis Ortiz. Any of them three, I expect him to have to face in the new year. I don't think he gets a world title shot against AJ. I think AJ does a smart thing, goes to America and fights Jerome Miller for the to defend his titles over there. That's what I think happens next. I really do feel that happens next. I have no faith in his promoter whatsoever to deliver that world title shot for him. I just put it out there. No faith whatsoever. I mean, why would you put him in a fight with Dereck Chisora again? It's like that was the road to nowhere, in my opinion. Absolute road to nowhere. Because as I said before, I didn't think it was going anywhere. Oh, here we go. Somebody's going to get automatically blocked. Sorry. It's not even a discussion. Let's see what we've got here. There's people talking in the room. I was laughing when Dillian walked off while Joshua was giving a politician answer. LOL. Yeah, he knows what the score is. And Joshua, you know, Joshua is smart. He'll know Dillian Whyte is targeting him. And Dillian Whyte has got the one thing in his armor that could give Joshua a real problem. Two things. That style, the left hook. Anthony Joshua is vulnerable to the left of the catch and shoot. Catch and shoot. And I think that is Dillian Whyte's got there to give Joshua problems. And if that left hook lands, I think he's got the best left hook in the heavyweight division. Not a fight you really want to get yourself involved with. Chisora will fight on Dave Preview. I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. In AJ case, April is already booked. Well, AJ's all talking about his book. Bowler's going to get scrapped now, and he's going to go to America. So I don't believe what AJ says about his booked already. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. Why does AJ never call out Tyson? So it has to be over here in England. I heard that Miller was going to fight AJ in America, but I'd like to see AJ try and fight Miller if Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder were to have a rematch in April. I'd love to see him try and pull that one off. Who's going to want to go and see that fight? Who's going to want to see Joshua versus Miller when you could sit down and watch Wilder versus Fury too? I mean, honestly, who's Miller's best win? And who did Miller just finish beating? Really? I mean, that doesn't constitute for a world title shot for me. Maybe to you it does, but to me it doesn't. Boxing's about patterns and patterns and consistency. And I believe that Dillian Whyte has been consistent and he's been improving over and over again. A lot of the focus has been on the AJ, Lewis Ortiz, Fury, and Wilder. Obviously so, because they've all been involved in world title fights. Dillian Whyte, at this point in time now, deserves a world title fight. Don't talk to me about Dominic Brazil, because who's Dominic Brazil? Name me Dominic Brazil's last 3 fights, and we'll talk about whether he deserves a world title shot. And then we look at Lewis Ortiz's last 2 or 3 fights. His last fight, the night before last, he got knocked out by Wilder. So I watched the Frampton-Warrington fight instead. It was an absolute cracker. I thought it would be. I said Frampton would be. I said Frampton is past his best. I thought, I haven't seen the fight, but I said Warrington was bigger, stronger, and I thought fresher, and tactically he'd get it spot on and he would beat Frampton, I thought. I didn't see the fight, so I need to watch the fight. But yeah, I'm really happy for Warrington. He's a good fighter. He's growing into a real champion. He is. Selby, first fight, wins the title. Second fight against Frampton. He's done well. You've got to put Warrington up there in terms of fighters of the year. Warrington's up there. You know, won a world title, defended a world title. You've got to put Dillian Whyte up there. 3 fights this year against good quality opposition. You put Fury back up there in terms of his comeback. That would be comeback of the year, but he wouldn't be fighter of the year for me. In UK at least. He knows if he can't deliver Dillian title shot, he's going to go to BT Sport. I told Dillian Whyte, I've said a long time ago, Dillian Whyte needs to leave Matchroom and needs to go pursue the heavyweight championship of the world with another promoter. I've said it already. AJ needs to forget about Wilder for now. It's not me hating on Eddie Hearn. I just don't see a promoter that's got Dillian Whyte's best interest at heart. For me, Dillian Whyte didn't need to fight Dereck Chisora. For me, if I were promoting Dillian Whyte, I would have got him a world title shot. I would have got him in line for a world title shot and then made my first defense against Dereck Chisora. That's what I would have done. Then he could have had that same win, first defense as WBA regular champion. So I would have had him trying to get a fight with Shah or Fezquendo, get one of them guys, because Jarrell Miller's not going to fight for that WBA title. That was just a smokescreen. Ref spoiled it, should have let the boys fight. Really? The ref spoiled it. Really? The ref had nothing to do with that left hook hitting Dereck Chisora in the chin. that left hook was going to hit Dereck Chisora on the chin, regardless of the referee, because Dereck Chisora fights that way. And he was putting so much into his punches, right, that he was missing with a lot of punches, lost a lot of energy, lost a lot of strength. And then when you get tired, you lose concentration. And you could see when Dereck started the fight, he had his hands up. What do you think about the back and forth between Whyte and Joshua? I didn't see that. I will have to look at that. What do you make of AJ commentating? I reckon he might lose some of his sponsorship curfews. Ian McKenzie, you naughty, naughty man. Michael Wilson, great to see you in the room. Listen, the way I look at it is this. I didn't see it because I'm here doing the post-fight. The way I see it is this, yeah? Dillian Whyte knows what's up. Derek's told him what's up. And Dillian, by the way, I know you watch BWTM Sports. I want to say congratulations on your win. But listen to me. Well done on the YouTube channel as well, brother. I've been saying it to you for a long time. Get that YouTube channel together. Now, I don't know how much time you've got left with the current promoter you got. Get yourself away. Sign with Al Heyman. Sign with Al Heyman. Sign with Al. Sign with Al. You know, you're going to be in a position. Sign with Al and make your own way in the heavyweight division. Go and sign and go and try and grab that WBA title. Go and get a regular title belt. Don't care about what the fans are saying. Go get that WBA title. You've given the fans 3 fights. You've given them Lucas Brown. You've given them Dereck Chisora rematch. And you gave them Joseph Parker. You fought 2 former world champions. Now, do something for yourself in your career. Pick up yourself, if you can, and go for that WBA title shot. Demand a world title shot, right? Now, there's a possibility if Wilder doesn't fight Joshua, maybe you could get a Wilder fight. I don't think, judging by what you've done in your career so far, you're a dangerous opponent, dangerous fighter, but I'd rather you make more money. I'd rather you avoid a Wilder fight for now and go down the route of getting that WBA title strap, the regular belt. Forget what the fans think. It's only a regular belt. They're not earning the money. They're not doing the hard work. And they're not going to be crowned world champion. Get that WBA belt, that regular belt. Make your defense game. Maybe get your first defense against Luis Ortiz. I hope you hear me, Dillian, and what I'm saying here. Make that first defense. Get that fight against Manuel Shah. Okay? Your chance to become world champion. If it was good enough for David Haye, that regular belt, I don't understand. People make a jump up and down and say, David Haye was a world champion. Same people say David Haye is a world champion. Oh, Manuel Shah's got the WBA title. It's not a real title. It's not a real belt. Because they're Joshua fans. They're Joshua fans. That's what it is about. The WBA regular belt hasn't changed. It may have changed hands, but it's still the same WBA regular belt. Okay? So, and the WBA super champion belt, I believe, was vacant because Klitschko wasn't champion and Joshua wasn't champion. So who was the WBA super champion? So if you talk about paper belts, there's a paper belt right there. If Chisora doesn't retire, who should he fight next and what goal should it be? He should fight Lucas Brown, Dave Allen, Gorman. How awkward did David Haye look standing over Dell, who was out cold while taking some of his purse money? Not really. They didn't look awkward at all. It was like the David Haye fight all over again. Whyte should only fight Joshua Wilder, Fury Char next. He's proved himself. I agree with you there, BG London. AJ versus Whyte is happening. AJ fancies the easy payday. Oh, Lord. If AJ fancied it so much, why the hell have we seen Jerome Miller in London? If AJ fancied it so much, why is Jerome Miller gone all quiet and all nice with Joshua? That fight's going to happen, man. Faster than Dillian Whyte. Has Chisora retires? If so, good career. If he does fight again, I'd like to see him in with Price. I don't want to see that fight. I don't want to see Chisora with Price. I don't. I've just seen him get knocked out there, and I've seen him got badly knocked out there. And I saw him take a beating in his last. Look at the last two fights. Look at the last two fights between Dereck Chisora's last two fights. He was getting an ass whooping against Takam until he landed that right hand. And in this fight, for me, he was getting handled by Dillian Whyte, because for me, a lot of Dereck Chisora's fight shots were being caught. From the first round, Dillian established the jab, used the right hand. Yes, Dereck came forward, trudged forward, threw shots, landed shots, fine. But for me, he was in total control. Ouch. Imagine Whyte signing with Heyman. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Whyte Brazil. Why are we talking Whyte Brazil? Who was Brazil? Give me Brazil. Pull up for me Brazil's last three fights without going to Box Trek, please. And then that tells you whether Brazil should even be mentioned in the same breath as Dillian Whyte. So you get caught up in the whole matchroom thing there. AJ don't want to fight Whyte. We know that. It was a good scrap, Mr. Boxing, today. I hope you're well. RS Dynamic says $2.99. Go buy yourself a chicken burger, Ingram. I don't eat chicken. I eat a veggie burger. And for the record, I had a veggie burger earlier on this evening. It was very nice. It was from Fernando's in Worthing. Shout out to Fernando's in Worthing. Had a fantastic veggie burger, corn on the cob, and chips. Brilliant. Fernando's in Worthing. Fantastic. If you're ever down by the coast, hop into Fernando's Worthing. Cracking food. Well done on the Worthing pick, by the way, Ingram. Thank you. You should thank me for the Dillian Whyte pick as well. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, as they say in Sheffield. Come on. Mr. Boxer Day was Chisora and Whyte free in America. Where is Martin Shades of Fraser Barcoli? Any word? No. My prediction was right. Whyte by KO in a war. Dominic is a bum. BG, yup on Showtime. LOL. LOL. Just saying some love. Oh, man, thank you for the love and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the super chat. While you at it, you want to show some love. Let me give you something to show some love, real love about. You want to show us some love? You can show BWTM some love. Check this out. Introducing the BWTM collection. The BWTM Cup of Success. That is now available. BWTM Cup of Success is just under £10 for this cup. On the back, it will say subscribe. On the front of it, it will say BWTM. So that is the BWTM Cup of Success. It is available right now. If you wait until the end, I'll put the link in the description box, or you can just Google it, BWTM collection. It's all there. So also, I've got some news for you, some breaking news. You may already know about it, but I'll tell you about it anyway. Round for Round Boxing, www.roundforroundboxing.com. You also got to check this out. Buster Douglas, James Buster Douglas, the first man to defeat Iron Mike Tyson. James Buster Douglas is now part of the Round for Round team. So congratulations, Round for Round team, for getting James Buster Douglas on board. The first man to defeat Mike Tyson, undisputed. That's great. So that's really good news there. WBC dropped the ball on Whyte versus Brazil. That fight should have been made after they both won the WBC simulation last year. Good point there, Mr. Boxing today. But for me, if I'm Dillian Whyte's promoter or his manager, say, listen, WBC Brazil should not be in the same breath as me. I've made 3 fights this year for no 4 fights. Wait, Hellenius. Did he fight Hellenius? Hellenius. Brown, Parker, Chisora. Who has Brazil been fighting? So, any selling condoms? No, we're not selling condoms, but we will sell. I think we're selling some ladies' leggings or some tights, some socks will be coming out as well. Some hoodies and some stuff, but no condoms, no. But when we do, we'll let you know. It'll be a very sturdy. Dillian is the hardest working heavyweight, deserves a shot. Of course, he deserves a shot. I think people should put pressure on him to deliver that fight, but not necessarily against Joshua. Whyte should fight Ortiz or Miller next. Why? Why should he fight Ortiz or Miller next? Why? First of all, who has Miller fought? And who has Miller beat? And okay, Ortiz. Why should he fight Ortiz? Name me an active heavyweight who's fought three or four fights this year within the top 20 regular. No. Anybody who says that Dillian Whyte should now fight Ortiz or Miller is of the Eddie Hearn mindset, of the matchroom mindset. This guy now is prime for a world title shot. He's prime for it. Mr. Boxing today says all the rankings suck, to be honest. First time catching the live stream, and I'm really enjoying it. Thank you very much, Michael. I really appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button. No way in the world Tom Swartz is a top 5 heavyweight. Who the hell is Tom Swartz? Oh, by the way, Mr. Boxing today, there is one guy I'm looking at that looks very tasty. He's known as the Beast. He looks really good. They're comparing him to Mike Tyson. I don't like when people make comparisons to Mike Tyson. God-fearing man and short squat, same sort of explosive power. I saw this guy knocking guys out. Signed to Golden Boy, I believe, the Beast. Mr. Boxing today. Whyte versus Chisora was a good fight. Yeah, it was a good fight. Agreed. Ladies' leggings. Oscar will buy some of them. Maybe get some cooking utensils as well. What's happening with Char? Good question. Crowd cheered Dillian and booed Joshua. And so they will. Let Ortiz fight Miller. Why? When? Yeah, that's a good fight. But Miller's going to fight Joshua for sure. I don't rate Miller. Nor do I. Best left hook in the business. Always thought he had it. I wouldn't say he's the best left hook in the business. I think he's got the best left hook in the heavyweight division. The best left hook in the business? No. We'll have to have a look at that one. But the best left hook in the heavyweight division. And I have to start building the heavyweight fighter. Maybe giving the left hook of Dillian Whyte, the right hand of Joseph Parker. No. The right hand of Deontay Wilder, the left hook of Dillian Whyte, the chin of Joseph Parker, the awkwardness of Tyson Fury. I'm still building my heavyweight fighter. I'm still building him. Jay Legends, great fight. Easy to hit. Ingram, I'm slightly puzzled. You don't think Whyte will fight Joshua next? Surely it's a done deal. No, it's not a done deal. Not a done deal. Nothing's a done deal with Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn. Nothing's a done deal. How many times was this guy #1 contender for the WBC, but never got a fight against Wilder? No. LOL, exactly, Ingram. Who the hell is Tom Swartz? And ask the WBO, bro. They seem to think he's a top heavyweight. Who's his promoter? Can you let me know? I can only assume that some money has been passed, some backhanders have been going. I know what you're thinking about the moves, like Mike Tyson too, yeah. Ingram, your thoughts on Joshua Buatsi? I think he may be the best prospect in England and he would defeat Anthony Yarde should they fight. Well, I think Trevor Bryant's got the interim title. As for Joshua Buatsi, I think he looks world class. Or let me change it. He looks like he's got world class potential. Now, he's got an amateur background. He's fought a lot of times as an amateur at a very elite level. So we can say more or less Joshua Buatsi is going to be better than British level. Now, the debate about Anthony Yarde and Buatsi. Now, Anthony Yarde, rumor has it that in February or April, he'll be fighting. No, February. He'll be fighting Sullivan Barrera. So I don't want to hear no talk about Boatsy. Yard, who's got limited amateur experience and has got a handful of pro fights. When I say a handful, he's got more than a handful, but you understand what I'm saying. He hasn't got that many pro fights. He's going to fight Sullivan Barrera. I don't think we'll see Boatsy fighting Sullivan Barrera anytime soon. So that's something there. That's interesting. That left hook will put Joshua and Wild sleep. It knocked Fury down in sparring. Yeah, that left hook is something. If it lands. The one thing about when Whyte connects, it's great, but he has still got areas which I'm very uncomfortable. Dillian Whyte, when he throws some of his shots, it looks awkward. They need to tidy up his punching because at times he looks awkward, leaves himself exposed, loads up. But when he boxes, he looks good. When he starts to brawl, he starts to look ugly. What's even funny in the WBA, I had Fraser Quenda and BJ Flores in the top 5 not too long ago. Chisora gatekeeper from now. He was gatekeeper, but Chisora was a gatekeeper. Come on. Who was Chisora's last 3 fights? Come on. Chisora is a name, but when you look at his record, he had 8 losses on his record. Come on. Chisora wasn't like lost 1 fight. So Chisora, we all knew where Chisora was. Well, most of us knew where Chisora was at. When you get the hype, you just think about the first fight. But there was time between the first fight and the second fight. If it was an immediate rematch, maybe I would have been more convinced about Dereck Chisora, but I wasn't convinced when David Haye got on board. I certainly wasn't convinced in Wall Chisora, and I wasn't convinced after the Takam fight. So for me, they just sold another fight to you just to get a pay-per-view numbers through. Chisora for me was, I wouldn't say he was finished, but he took a good hiding in the fight beforehand. Who else is there for Joshua to fight in April? Miller, assuming 0 chance of Wilder or Joshua can be made. Can only leave Whyte or Miller. Miller. In fact, that Joshua announced no booing. If it's Whyte, it's a clue. So I think for me, it's going to be Miller. Give me Miller. Because I noticed Miller's behavior when they confronted it. I think, where was Miller? In New York. He was in New York. And Joshua was over in New York. And they were talking to Miller. And Miller's whole disposition changed. He's very nice and very polite. He wasn't saying rough and ready with Miller. So it sounded to me as if he got the deal he wanted. So it seemed to me, I think Miller's got the fight. Barrera is a crazy fight. I know, don't be a joke. What will happen with the British heavyweight title? Can't see Hughie Joyce happening. Nah, I don't want to see that. Why did Whyte fight Chisora and Parker over Brazil and Ortiz and baffled? Well, all right. Well, simple answer to both. None of those guys have been world champions. Brazil and Ortiz have never been world champions. Parker was a former world champion. And Chisora, they already had a big fight with. And none of those guys you talk about there can make the pay-per-view numbers that Chisora or Parker could make. So there's your answer. Wonga. Chisora was winning the fight, but never had the stamina. Chisora winning the fight. I didn't think Chisora was winning the fight. I think a lot of Chisora shots were being caught by Whyte, and he was countering them. I didn't think Chisora was winning the fight, personally. And a fight is 12 rounds. A fight is not 10 rounds. So all these people say Chisora was winning the fight. It was like, yeah, Khan was winning the fight against Canelo until he got nailed. Well, that's boxing. Now, you've got 12 rounds to protect yourself at all times. Protect yourself at all times. So that statement of Chisora was winning the fight. No, Dillian Whyte won the fight. End of conversation. It wasn't his end of conversation. Chisora got knocked out cold. That's it. End of conversation. Don't want to hear about, well, Chisora was winning on the scorecard and because of his stamina. That's neither here nor there. It's like, well, if I wasn't sitting here and I was sitting in a commentary box in Sky, I'd be commentating for Sky. I'm like, well, no, I'm not. Fact of the matter is, Dillian Whyte won by knockout, knocked Dereck Chisora out flat, on his back, out cold. Just Whyte won the fight, and Whyte won the fight and won it well, convincingly. No need for a third fight. Chisora needs to retire. And with the guy of 8 losses, Chisora needs to retire now. Big London, BG London, because Heyman and Matchroom not working working with each other. Whyte needs to go to Al Heyman. I've said it already. Whyte chose the easier fights. So wait. Let me ask you a question. Who has Dominic Breazeale fought in his last 3 fights without going to boxing? If Breazeale is such a good fighter, who's he fought in his last 3 fights? Name them. And then those guys he's beat, name the guys they beat. And how many of the guys were former world champions? Talk to me. But one world champion he fought, he got his ass kicked. Dominic Breazeale. The only person who talks about Dominic Breazeale on Matchroom. Nobody else talks about Dominic Breazeale. But Dominic Breazeale's done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing. Zippo. All the time people talk about Dominic Breazeale, Dillian Whyte's been fighting. And good level opposition. Why are you talking about Dominic Breazeale? And Luis Ortiz got starched, got done by Deontay Wilder. And hold on, just for 1 second, all you people are shouting about Ortiz. Wasn't Ortiz just the other day 48 years old and an old man and past it and shouldn't be in a ring when Deontay Wilder knocked him out? But now you want the same old man who's going to be even older by the time Dillian Whyte fights him. And if Dillian Whyte beats him up, now what are you going to tell me? Oh, well, Dillian Whyte fought an old man. I don't want to hear no more Ortiz. And they for me, now, if I'm promoting Dillian Whyte or I'm managing him, both of those guys are not even on the table. None of those guys are on the table. Ortiz got knocked out fighting for a world title, and the other guy hasn't fought anybody. And in fact, they both got knocked out when fighting for world titles. So none of those guys need to be mentioned. Don't come on this channel and talk about Ortiz or Breazeale. They both had their world title shots. Dillian Whyte is yet to have a world title shot. So I don't want to hear about any on this channel. I don't hear no more about Breazeale. I don't hear no more about Ortiz. Ortiz is the old man, or Breazeale hasn't fought anybody. And don't talk to me about Jarrell Miller either, because he ain't fought anybody either. Dillian Whyte, at least he's fought a former world champion, Parker. He's fought 2 former world champions, Brown and Parker. Back to back. And then fought Chisora. I don't want to hear no more crap about Breazeale. Because anybody who comes up and talks about Breazeale, on this channel, right, unless they go and box track the guy, when's the last time that Dominic Breazeale fought? You tell me. When's the last time Dominic Breazeale fought? Or wasn't he climbing off the canvas the last time I saw him fight? I don't want to hear no more crap about Dominic Breazeale. The only time you're going to hear about the name Dereck Chisora is out of Eddie Hearn's mouth. Just push Dillian Whyte to one side. Dillian needs to be in the ring against Wilder or Joshua. Full stop. Thank you very much. Ortiz is a bad dude, bro, old or not. Yeah, but I don't... My point is this. He's a bad dude who lost in a world title fight. Dillian Whyte hasn't fought for a world title. Yeah, I'm looking at it from a promoter's perspective. Oh, no, I'm looking at it from a manager's perspective of Dillian Whyte wanting to get a world title shot. Ortiz and Breazeale have nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. Ortiz and Breazeale have high WBC rankings. Don't block me, brother. Who have they fought? Name me Breazeale's last win. When did Breazeale last fight? Last year against Molina. Whyte deserves a shot, but the division needs to be unified first. Number 1, Tyson Fury. Because Heyman owns the WBC. I think Wilder is the only US heavyweight with a fan base. Popping by to wish you and your wife a happy Christmas and good health for the new year. Thank you, Cameron. Femi 2, a.k.a. AJ, 3 Wilder. Molina. Ingram, did you see Jarrell Miller's interview on Soccer AM. He's kind of funny, but needs to stop hating on Wilder. If he's on Soccer AM, then get it. Joshua Miller is next. What the hell is Miller doing on Soccer AM? Don't you understand how Sky work? What they do, they put you on a show that lots of football fans and lots of fans are going to watch. Why is he on the bill? I wonder. AJ, how are we going to get to promote this fight? Well, if we're not going to fight in America, we'll get the fight promoted in the UK. How are we going to promote the fight without actually announcing the fight? I know what we do. We get him on Soccer AM. I know what we do. We get him on Sky Sports. I know what we do. We'll get him doing some commentary. Yeah, because everyone gets used to getting to Jarrell Miller, because Jarrell Miller is next for Anthony Joshua. Remember what they said. These people are going by a specific game plan, and Dillian Whyte does not figure in AJ's plans. Dillian Whyte, that's just dangling a carrot that never existed. You deal with people like the sort of people that Dillian Whyte's dealing with, that's what's going to happen. He needs to go to Al Heyman. Said it already. How many times I've got to say it? Miller's going to try and walk. I tell you what Miller's going to do. He's going to try and come in as heavy as possible, and he's going to try and walk down AJ. But I don't know if that's going to work or not. Whyte, in terms of credibility as a contender, hasn't improved beating Chisora. Backward step from Parker. I understand that. But try and tell these fans that. Brazil best wins, in my opinion, Mansour, Molina, Ungona. Well, the Mansour fight is questionable. The Molina fight, well, he got blasted out by Joshua. But Ngannou is none. Okay, name those three guys. Name their best wins for me. I agree. I was surprised. Brazil has mandatory status. That's a carrot. I will shut now. But hold on. Hasn't Dillian Whyte got a WBC silver title? He's got the WBC silver title. And how many mandatories has Dillian Whyte fought for? He fought Joseph Parker and he fought Lucas Brown. Who has Dominic Brazil fought to keep the WBC ranking? BG, please, I'm asking you. AJ going to fight Miller in US. AJ fully ducked the fade with Wilder. Fight with Wilder. Big Baby crashing out. He won't leave England. IBF ranked. Oh Lord. Whyte has just established himself as a top UK pay-per-view fighter. He won't get Joshua until 2020. Wilder has been offered 28 million to fight Joshua. Don't believe the bull. Don't believe the bull. They don't want to face. They want nothing to do with Wilder. What did you make of Chisora tonight, bro? Same old Chisora. Just tuned in, so I missed your breakdown of the performance of him. Same old Chisora. Leopard don't change his spots. Same old Chisora. And before he got knocked out, I said he looked like he was fighting David Haye all over again. And as I said that, he was laying down on the canvas. Loading up with big shots, missing with big shots. And he basically self-sabotaged his own. He self-sabotaged himself there. He was working nicely to the body and then missing with big shots and hitting with thin air. When you do that, when you hit with thin air, it takes a lot of energy out of you. So what you're trying to do is sap the energy of the other man, but at the same time, sapping your own energy. And then he allowed Dillian to lean on him, old man him, got the points deducted, and got knocked out. Dereck Chisora, his last fight, he didn't look impressive. He was getting beaten up by Takam. So for me, and then when David came along and said all the stuff about, oh, Dereck looks great. He's magic and all this crap David will say. I've said, he's promoting Dereck. He's promoting Dereck. So, of course, he's going to say whatever about Dereck. War Chisora. Chisora's finished, personally. Matchroom have made Whyte a star in their own right. Ingram, I'm just telling you, those are the best wins. Hold on. Sorry. Let me get back up. Let me go up. I'll make sure I catch what you're saying. Just telling you, those are the best wins in spite of those guys. Didn't beat, bro. I understand Mr. Moxley today. But I know. But then look at Dillian Whyte's last three fights. 2 former world champions and Dereck Chisora. Let me see. Let's look at Ungona. Let's go to Ungona. Let's look at the fights he had. So, actually, you're spot on. That's exactly how they work. I hope Joshua gets introduced as a politician or spin doctor. he's fit in exactly what the Houses of Parliament. I'm telling you now, I said it. I think this time last year, the British public are going to turn against Joshua. And the screw is turning. It's turning. To be honest, all these undefeated and one-loss fighters all need to fight each other. Mark Tibbs, good trainer. You're watching the Charlo card. Hey, that's the Charlo fight against Matt Kobarov. That guy is a better fighter than Willie Monroe. I felt, and maybe call me a conspiracy theorist all you want, but to have a guy you were originally meant to fight pull out because of PEDs, and then get a guy come in who's better than the guy who actually was scheduled to fight, to me, all sounds pretty fishy. That's me personally, but I could be wrong there. So you have to be a serious boxing nutcase if you stay up for the Charlo fight. LOL. Boxing fans will be paying for AJ versus Wilder, or Wilder versus Whyte, or AJ versus Whyte. Full stop. It's a fantastic display from Whyte tonight, but I don't think you should be so dismissive of Chisora. Well, why should I be? Why should I be so promotive? I mean, I've got good reason to be dismissive of Chisora. I mean, I was basically watching him in his camp. I mean, I've been quite close to Chisora's camp for a number of years, so I have damn right to be dismissive of Chisora. His last fight wasn't impressive. He landed one right hand. He was getting beaten up before that, and then for the European title fight, he looked terrible there. You know, you name me a fight where Dereck Chisora's looked devastating. Well, he's looked against a real good opposition. Got Pulev beat the brakes off of him after all the crap he was talking. Dereck Chisora, David knocked him out. 8 losses, and you want me not to be dismissive of Dereck Chisora? Come on, man. I'm watching the Charlo card right now. It's on Fox. I'll be watching that. Are you still sleeping on Joe Joyce? I'm not sleeping on him, but I've seen nothing for me to jump up and down about. What, he beat Joe Hanks? Joe Hanks was what? Wasn't Joe Hanks retired? Is that what you want to be excited about? I'll jump up and down about Joe Joyce. I'll start to talk about Joe Joyce when he actually fights somebody who's capable of fighting back. We'll talk about it then. I think they should, to me, he comes across as false, at least with Whyte and Fury, and even Wilder. You see what you get, absolutely. Chisora has beaten a very, very high level Whyte tonight. Was beaten by a very, very high level. No. Stop with the bullshit. He wasn't beaten by a high level Dillian Whyte tonight. Bullshit. Basically, what happened, I've got to check you for what this is. What this is the fight was after Dillian Whyte had continued to fight in his career. What Dillian Whyte went and did after that fight, he fought Helenius, he fought Parker, and he fought Brown. That's 3 fights he had. I can't remember if he fought anybody else. That's 3 fights he had before he fought Chisora. And he was winning. Consistent. Training. Head down. Consistent. He didn't fight a high-level Dillian Whyte because you didn't recognize Dillian Whyte who was putting the hard work in. He didn't fight a high-level Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte's always been a good fighter. He's honed his craft and he's worked hard. He didn't fight a high-level Dillian Whyte. He just fought Dillian Whyte. He didn't fight no high-level Dillian Whyte. What are you talking garbage for? Like, high level. High level. He fought a experienced, mature, a guy who'd been 12 rounds. When he fought Dereck Chisora the first time, he hadn't been 12 rounds. He was an inexperienced fighter. Since then, he had the opportunity to go 12 rounds. He had the opportunity to fight in tough fights. Okay? Ugly fights. He had that experience. All while that's been going on, Derek's been losing. He's lost fights. Derek had 8 losses coming into that fight, or 7 losses. Come on, man. Stop that talk. Stop that talk about high level rubbish. Very, very, very high level. What is a high level Whyte? Casual talk, man. If Fury and Wilder don't rematch Joshua, if they've got any sense, You should jump on either of the two and make the next fight. As good as Whyte is, Fury, Wilder, and Joshua need to fight each other first. I agree. Chisora to retire, I agree. High level, laugh my head off. Whyte improves in every fight. So does that make him high level now? Oh my Lord. Maybe you're saying world class. I'd give you that. World class. All right, yeah. Whyte did very good by establishing his jab tonight. Yes. Dillian Whyte needs Povetkin. Oh, we got another matchroom man in the room. You know, a matchroom supporter or a person who is a Hearnator. Do you know what a Hearnator is? It's somebody who worships Eddie Hearn. They're Hearnators. What they do, Eddie Hearn says something and they repeat it. They don't think about it because they don't think about it. What they do, Hearn says it. Oh my God, Hearn said it. So if Hearn said it, it's absolutely got to be true. Eddie Hearn said it. It's got to be true. Eddie Hearn said, Fury and Wilder's not going to happen. 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 Oh, it's happening. Yeah, that guy. Guy, you need to think for yourself. Why should you fight Povetkin? Didn't Povetkin just get knocked up by Joshua in his last fight? Why does he want to fight Povetkin? What does Povetkin bring to the table? Povetkin just got knocked up by Joshua. Why? Isn't Povetkin an old man? Isn't everyone around all saying, well, Povetkin was an old man, Joshua knocked him out. So he's going to be an old man when he fights Whyte. Why does Whyte want to fight Povetkin? And if he'll get hit by that left hook. Whyte has never fought for a world title. What don't you get in your brains? Obviously, in your brains, you're so stuck up Hearn's ass, you don't understand or get in your brain, you've got a guy who wants to become a world champion. He needs to fight a world champion now. I'd swap matchroom casuals with the innocent Jews of Germany. Oh, Lord, Cam. Well, it's obvious move. He's his promoter. Oh, Lord. Of course, he's ranked. Povetkin's just a name. Don't believe the hype. Exactly. Actually, they should throw Eddie Hearn in as Joshua's next opponent. I don't think pay for that. No, I'd pay for Al Heyman against Eddie Hearn. That's what I'd pay for. But I think we're going to get that in the UK. So, you know who I'm with anyway. So, anyway, that's it. I'm going to get out of here because I will need to watch the Charlo card. Thank you so much for your entertainment. Much love to you all. Much love to you all. Have a very, very, very Merry Christmas. And I'm going to ask you all, please, I want to do maybe a Boxing Day special where I come on here for maybe an hour or so. We can talk boxing, get your questions in, leave it in the comment section, please. Tyson is number one. AJ won't fight him listen, and you Tyson Fury fans, I love Tyson. If you want to become the heavyweight champion of the world, and you really want to do that, you want to become heavyweight champion of the world, you have to rip the title away from the champion. Tyson didn't do that. Don't tell me about Tyson's number one. He ain't number one because he didn't rip the title away. Therefore, I don't know how a man can be number one when he got a draw. Yeah, well, you know, I think no, you didn't win the fight convincingly. You got dropped twice. That's not convincing. You almost got knocked out in the second knockdown, right? That's not convincing. That's not dominant. That means that is not, you cannot leave your ass from here and go to America and pitter-patter. No, don't work. You've got to rip the title away. Tyson deep down knows that as well. Come on, people. God bless Dereck Chisora. You must be a Wilder fan. No, I am not a Wilder fan. I'm just got some common sense. You don't win a world title pitter-pattering, right? He didn't dominate the fight. He got knocked down twice. And there were some rounds that Wilder won. So 2 knockdowns and Wilder won some rounds. So Fury didn't do enough to convince me that he won the title. Sorry. You have to rip the title away from the champion to say that you are the champion. He didn't do that. Tyson got dropped twice. If Tyson didn't get dropped twice, I'd have got you. But he got dropped twice. And he's lucky he had that referee that he had. It's not about being a fan of this or that. It's just logically looking at something. You have to rip the title from the champion. You have to rip the title from the champion. Did he rip the title from the champion? No. Did he dominate the champion? No. So, what's all the fuss about? Why is it robbery? My man got dropped twice. Man got dropped twice. If a man gets dropped twice in a 12-round fight, how is that a robbery? No. And he didn't dominate. You just want to say Tyson's number one. But he can't be number one because Wilder has got the belt and he didn't beat Wilder. So you've got to put Wilder and Fury joint one together. But the fact that Wilder has the belt, you just give Wilder the extra edge because he has the belt. But none of them were impressive in that fight. None of them. None of them were impressive. Wilder weren't impressive and Fury weren't impressive. That's just as it is. None of them were impressive. So I ain't a fan of either of them. I'm just seeing it as, you know, once Tyson has one more training camp, he will be untouchable. I think he could beat AJ now. That's just me. Yeah? Really? If he fights Wilder again, he gets knocked out within earlier. Why? Because Fury's not going to change. He'll box that same way again. He may get fitter, but he'll still duck the same way. He'll still move his head naturally the same way. He'll still move in that pattern. Fury moves exactly the same way from the Wilder, from the Klitschko fight to this fight. Exactly the same. Pattern is exactly the same. Wilder can improve. He can improve 100% more. And remember, you say my opinion, but this isn't my opinion. This is a fact. When Wilder touched Fury, Fury went down. That's a fact. Twice. So unless Fury's not going to get hit, which is what a lot of you were saying, Fury's not going to get hit, Wilder's going to miss and he's not going to hit him. He got hit, he got nailed, he hit the deck. So now, right hand, Fury's chin, Fury goes down. He just now has to fight 12 rounds and not go down. Or for Wilder is got to keep him down. Who would win out of Klitschko and Wilder, you say 2 years back? Well, you've got one guy who's trying to protect his chin and another guy trying to take that guy's chin out. 2 years ago, who knows? Let me ask you this question. If Wilder hits Klitschko on the chin, what happens? We've seen Wilder, Fury couldn't drop him, Ortiz couldn't drop him. Okay? Stavern couldn't drop him. So I'd say that Wilder's got a pretty decent chin. We've seen Klitschko being dropped numerous occasions by lesser punches. That says it all. Apart from, I'm confident Wilder will be better, but anything can happen in boxing, nothing. Wilder ends Klitschko. I don't think Wilder would be able to land on Klitschko. Oh my Lord. He will land on Klitschko. Too smart. Listen, he will land on Klitschko. Listen, if Samuel Peter can land on Klitschko, if Ross Purity can land on Klitschko, if Lamont Brewster can land on Klitschko, if Corey Sanders can land on Klitschko, you better be damn sure that Wilder will be cleaning out Klitschko. And Klitschko supposedly will be coming back. Harold Sconia's dropped Wilder. Did he knock him out? Did he knock him out? Yeah, I know you talk about Harold Sconia's fight. And when did he knock down? When did he knock down Wilder? When was that? I know you're quick to pull that out, Adrian. When did he knock him out? When did he do that? Klitschko would do him. Oh man, Molina had him dancing too. Yeah, okay. Did Fury have him dancing? Did Fury have him dancing? The best heavyweight in the world. Did he have him dancing? If the punch Klitschko caught AJ with would have ended Wilder. Oh, Lord. Oh, look, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. This is proper casual talk. Wilder 15 stone something. T something, mate. You need to take your head. You need to stop listening to Adam Smith and Sky Sports. And you need to spend some more time actually watching some boxing away from that. Ortiz had about, well, okay. Ortiz had about, well, didn't Dillian Whyte have Joshua out on his feet as well? And what about the strange stoppage of the fight Joshua had against Takam? That Chisora knocked out, remember? And Dillian Whyte dropped Parker. Come and talk to me. Talk to me. You want to go to those? You want to go to those having them stupid things? You want to talk about them stupid things? Mate, you're reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching, son. Stop reaching. Just stop reaching. Go and troll someone else's channel. Go and troll somebody who really will entertain you, because I'm not going to entertain you rubbish. He won. Who won? Oh, boy. Anytime you feel like hitting the block button, please do on these guys. Full stop, man's unbeaten. Full stop, Wilder's unbeaten. Fury's unbeaten. What? Oh, man. Look, I'm getting out of here. Listen, have a great night. Merry Christmas. And even to casuals, Merry Christmas to you too. 22-0. Good night, Grant. Enjoy the boxing tonight. Bet you don't know who the Charlos are. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Don't forget to get yourselves a BWTM Cup of Success on sale now. BWTM Collection, www.bwtm Collection. Check it out. We're out of here. Merry Christmas to you all.